Welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. And today it is the Barnes, Tony, Renee, Michael, Matthew in the vicinity.
That is right.
How
dude.
the hell is everyone doing today?
Full crew in there. Let's see if Michael gives a wave to the camera.
Yo,
The wide
how you doing?
there
What
he
you doing?
is, dude.
We're
There
watching
he is,
Hey
dude.
Arnold in the background. We're doing work. I'm editing Tony's beautiful face on,
Wow, dude.
on DTV reviews.
What was everyone's thoughts on the donuts?
Oh, Barnes brought in donuts. I had half of a chocolate
Glaze.
with the glaze, but
Yeah.
with the
frosting?
icing,
with the
frosting,
icing.
yeah.
whatever
Thank
on
you.
top.
Yeah, whatever. Tomato. Delicious.
Too much, dude.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
No, it isn't. If you have half and you like chocolate.
What donut did you have, Renee?
I had half of the regular glaze, which I love, very delicious, and I tried a new piece of the coconut, very delicious, highly recommend.
That's government coconut, though.
Oh, you guys.
Come on, that was funny.
That was. No, I laughed.
And which one did you have, Tony?
I had the classic chocolate glazed. Really can't go wrong with that, honestly. Thank you very much.
Is that normally your
you
favorite
can't
or
ding
no?
yourself.
Shh. Thank you very much. Sorry, Brian. Go
Is
ahead.
that normally your favorite donut
No, Brian.
or original glazed?
Yeah, Brian, you know I'm a simple guy. I don't like toppings.
No, actually, with the donuts, I do kind of go crazy sometimes. Honestly, I think normally my go-to, I switch between a Bavarian or a Boston cream donut.
That's not that crazy.
Okay. Yeah,
Dude,
no,
cream filled inside. I love jelly as well. Jelly filled donuts, awesome. I love the glaze, the classic glaze, chocolate glazed. I'm a big donut guy.
and Matthew says, cheers. This is one of those times that I'm ahead of the game.
I know it's so crazy how that happens, dude. But Matthew coming in.
Do you think if he was here, he would have had a donut? Just
No.
one?
No.
Too early in the day. Maybe gotta go to the gym first.
Yeah.
Maybe later on.
You've seen Dodgeball, right?
Yeah.
Brian. You know the
Actually,
scene.
my friend,
wow,
friends
we
were
got a
just
story.
watching it the other day. It was on.
Great movie.
Patches O'Houlihan.
Pat your head. Exactly, dude. Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller
as you
acting like
know,
Will
dude.
Ferrell. in that movie.
Yeah, stop it.
No, but
but the scene-
tell me
no, no.
though he's not being
In
Will
which
Ferrell
movie?
in Dodgeball. That's
No,
what Will
no,
Ferrell.
he's not. He's not.
beating
He's not.
himself
Wrong,
in
wrong.
what's
He's
it
not,
called?
dude.
Heavyweights.
Heavyweights, dude.
Have you seen Heavyweights?
I don't know why.
When you're like,
Who's in it?
it's like Keenan and Kel. It's the goalie from. Kel.
Keenan Thompson.
Keenan Thompson. I'm so sorry.
I mean, right there, I'm done because I came.
This is like when he's-
Keenan
No,
Peele.
what?
No. Keenan Thompson is not Keenan Peele.
Oh,
though.
he's not.
No. Dude,
Keegan
I'm talking
Thompson.
all that. Remember all that?
On Nickelodeon?
Yes, like this is how far back this movie
Okay.
goes. So he plays this character from that. No, it doesn't matter, dude.
Chief though or no?
I
Wait, Heavyweights that's not Kevin James in the movie, right? What movie is that when Kevin James is boxing? It came out like
No, that's like fucking.
Oh my
God, that movie
gosh.
sucked. The movie was so bad. It was like
I love
back
Kevin
down
James
or knocked
too, you
down
know,
or something
usually.
so bad.
No,
Movie
you're
bad.
not Never Back Down. No, Never Back Down is something different.
No, but it was something weird like that, dude.
Wait, there's donuts there? How many and what kind?
one thing at a time, Brian. Kevin James movies, dude.
Kevin James in the ring.
Wow, dude. Doesn't even pop up, huh? Let's look it up, dude. UFC fighting. Here comes the boom, dude.
Here comes the boom. 2012. I thought that movie was a couple years old.
Dude, he looks pretty good though.
No, he got jacked for that. But he
Yeah,
probably
he looks great.
Do you think
there.
he took steroids for that? or
No,
No way,
dude. He was a great athlete. Before acting, I'm pretty sure. Look, he looks great there.
Yeah, he did.
You know,
I think if he that's what he would look like. You know, if he was constantly going at it.
and forgive me if we've talked about this, but King of Queens fan.
Me?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
No, I haven't watched it start to finish, but definitely really like
Dude,
the show.
so good.
It natural fit for Tony. Doug being the big Mets fan.
I loved it though. I loved how he had his boys that were
Mets,
Yankee
Jets,
fans
dude.
too.
Yeah, it was awesome, dude. And
Yeah.
of course, the father, Arthur, dude, so
Adi,
funny.
Ben Stiller's father.
Jerry Stiller, so
he
funny,
was so
dude.
good at those roles.
Yeah.
Rest
Even
in peace. Legends never die. Do love him. He was great.
yeah,
He's elite.
he was so funny, dude.
Like
yeah, especially in Kings of Queens, dude.
and I feel like as he got
Hilarious.
older in those older roles, obviously that Seinfeld, Zoolander, those and the list goes on. He was just like improving a lot.
Yeah,
To those
probably,
like,
dude.
And if we could just catch up with Matthew, he's on the way out. But if we could just
On the
give
way
him
out, he goes, "Wait, there are donuts there. Wow, how many and what kind? Have it all. This is all that." He says, "Great theme song, one of the best." Brian, boys, I got to bounce. Unfortunately, going to rewatch later. Be there in person tomorrow. Can't wait. Like Bart Scott, can't wait.
Can't wait, Matthew.
There's a lot going on right there, dude.
Appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah,
always. And do you guys think at this point, go ahead. I guess Tony's cutting people off today.
No, yeah, I fucking will. Okay, and no one asked you, Brian. What is your favorite donut?
That is actually a very good question. But if I had to give you one thing, I would say a warm donut from Krispy Kreme that glazed.
Oh, Krispy Kreme for the crazy glaze on it, dude.
Right.
Dude, what like where is there a Krispy Kreme around here? I feel like they've been kind of low key.
I honestly think the closest one is at Mohegan.
Wow,
because there was one in Milford, and I think DeBella's subs there is there now on the Post Road.
Yeah, I think you're DeBella's, yeah.
But again, like we were just talking about before the show, with like the original glaze, like you get a hot box.
Oh my god!
You have 4 or 5. I mean, it's tough. They're so good, but it's like it catches up quickly.
Most donuts in one sitting. How many?
Ever?
Oh,
ever?
Dude,
yeah. Have you done?
I mean, if I don't know specifically, but if I had to guess,
have you cleared
I
a
would
dozen?
think half a dozen.
Half a dozen?
Not a full
no?
dozen. No.
You think you can do a full dozen?
No. We actually did a challenge with one of my buddies a couple years ago. I think it was a half hour, and he had to eat a dozen, and he did it, got the money, and then for 4 or 5 days, he said his stomach was messed up, and he said it wasn't worth it.
How much money?
I think at that time,
like $100.
$100 or something. Yeah, it's not worth it for $100.
No.
So you guys are idiots.
Well, I'm not the one who did it. I wouldn't have done it.
No, I'm saying I would have done it. I'm saying for $100, yeah.
But when your stomach's like that, it's just
it's not worth it.
It's so beat. You know what I will say, which and Jay's saying he could do it.
Jay Bird, he can do a dozen Krispy Kremes. He's saying that confidently, easily.
I know this might be a little controversial, but I actually prefer muffins though. Like a warmed up chocolate chip muffin, a pistachio muffin, a banana nut muffin.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd rather have that over a donut.
Jay Bird also says, "Who cares about your stomach?" Well, you could probably get Jay to do anything for any amount of money. Honestly.
What's your thoughts though on the muffin over the donut?
Over the donut.
I
don't know, dude. I don't know. I think it's a hard comparison, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're really that comparable. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a muffin. I would say I probably get donuts more often because they're just like easier, more accessible. And sometimes it's hard to find a good muffin, And
they still have a bunch of good flavors, but I have to say, highly disappointed. Me and my roommate were at Donut Delight the other day. Discontinued the pistachio muffin. Are we kidding?
I don't think I've ever had a pistachio muffin.
Michael?
How dare they?
Have you had one?
Yes.
Good or no? Or you're like impartial? It's like,
I'm honestly a dude that kind of likes all muffins, to be honest. Like I could eat any kind.
Right.
My favorite's obviously chocolate.
Oh, it's chocolate throughout, not chocolate chip.
Oh, no, chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip.
Sorry.
Chip
you're right. Dude. That is a difference.
Yeah.
You're right.
Chocolate throughout. I think it's too much chocolate. That's why I like the.
I do like the chocolate chip for the breakfast. But like you want a sweet tooth type of thing. I wouldn't mind going for the all chocolate. Like you said, warm it up, toast it up.
Oh, warmed up, toasted up. Yeah, we used to get the Costco assorted pack. The coffee cake muffin and the blueberry muffins from there, unbelievable.
Stop and Shop has really good muffins too.
Used to eat them. I had to go shop with my mom. Just eat it in the store.
There you go.
I was 6-7 years old.
Especially they're fucking fresh in the morning.
Renee, muffin preface.
Tell Laura, please.
She can't think.
Muffin? Blueberry.
Blueberry.
You're
That's one of Matthew's favorites, the blueberry. Blueberry pancakes, but blueberry muffin as well.
Blueberry sucks, dude.
Now,
Jay said look up the IPECAC video. Anyone know what that even means?
I don't know. It sounds
you know what I was going to mention, though, too? Like, do you think, being 10 minutes in, we have some friends from Minnesota asking, where's the Marc-Andre Fleury talk? No?
I would think so.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know, dude.
Just a warm up. We'll get to you guys in a second.
Yeah, you're probably going to start with golf anyway, right?
Speaking of which, Tony, I was going to give a leaderboard update. The Players Championship at TPC Sawgrass. And right now, leading the pack, we have Min Woo Lee and Hayden Buckley at 5 under par. So both golfers getting off to a really good start here at TPC Sawgrass. 1 shot clear of Taylor Pendrith and Chad Ramey. On the notable side of things, Rory McIlroy did double bogey his first hole, and he's played even par golf since. So Rory sitting at 2 over par through 7 holes. And I don't believe Keegan or Jason Day has teed off just yet. But we will give you guys another leaderboard update before the end of the show. And I just wanted to see here, John Rahm was even. Did he move to 1 under?
Ooh.
John Rahm did move to 1 under. So starting on the back 9, Rahm playing with Rory McIlroy. And he, I believe, parred his first 6 holes before birdieing number 16, so starting on the back with that staggered start. So that's the update from the players.
Update.
I watched a little bit this morning.
Nice, dude.
So nice to get that PGA Tour live coverage. And, I wouldn't be surprised, maybe I'll do the I guess like an encore presentation later on.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's tough, but I guess there's really no perfect answer. You want to have golf on the East Coast, Thursday, Friday. You can't do it. I mean, you can't play under the lights. You have to play during the day.
Yeah.
It's just tough for people to watch, obviously, work and stuff like that. So
I guess in the morning probably the best. And I feel like, your diehard fans are going to wake up and like, or even while they're getting ready in the morning, just have it on or something.
Yeah.
By the way, my my source over there at TPC said that Keegan Bradley was a stupid pick.
No, but who actually said that?
Thorne, our old professor. He's working the tournament. Dude.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Did he have a pick?
No. You know what? Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. He didn't really tell me.
So he's gonna call it. He's gonna say your picks. So we can't even make
a pick, dude.
Did you mention Jason Day?
No, I didn't mention Jason Day. I was he was texting me photos though of the course. He was walking the course last night. And he was saying how every Monday, like after the tournament, they all try the 17th hole.
Wow.
Yeah. How sick is that, dude?
Has he landed one on? Did he say? Or?
I mean, he was obviously joking. He said he hits 9 out of 10, but obviously that's
is he
true,
a big golfer? Or?
You know what? It's funny. I was wondering that myself last night. I don't think he really is a big golfer.
Interesting.
Because he always says he loves working golf because you never work in like bad weather,
right? Because they're gonna have a delay or.
Well, yeah, exactly. You don't like he's worked Super Bowls in fucking Minnesota and it's like it's freezing. And you're working and you work golf tournaments and it's always like sunny and nice. If anything, it's drizzly or maybe a little overcast. Like,
one thing just made me think of another. Michael, did you see yesterday we were doing the preview and there was a picture of Ricky Fowler and Tony goes, I know that guy. Who is that? I had to remind him who Ricky Fowler was.
Pretty sad there.
I think Brian's exaggerating a little bit.
No, isn't that what was different about what happened?
I don't think I asked who that guy is.
There was a picture.
I was like, I know that guy.
Okay, so you're saying if I had given you another second, you would have said, "Oh yeah, that's Ricky Fowler."
He was like, "Oh hey, I know that. That's Ricky Fowler."
Fair enough. And I happened to think about that because I was looking through the leaderboard.
Ricky Fowler, how's he doing?
Even par through 8 holes, and he's actually in the group with Rahm and McIlroy. So talk about a power group.
Wow, dude, a nice threesome.
2 players champions, and then one guy who's number 1 in the world in Rahm. So, such a great tournament, and I can't wait to see the highlights from the 17th green. That's going to be something. And it seems like, I don't know if Thorin alluded to this. I guess yesterday, very windy conditions, but I guess rest of the week they're saying smooth sailing. warm, low winds. I
Are
don't
you
know
expecting any delays or anything or no?
no,
right?
no. I'm saying perfect weather.
Yeah, that's perfect, dude. Amazing.
So what is he? What's his role like for the tournament? Is he doing camera work?
Yeah, he's a camera operator.
Okay. And is he'll do it for any like PGA Tour event or like how does it,
Yeah, I mean he works I wouldn't say exclusively, but a lot for the Golf Channel.
Okay.
So they were like, here's the schedule. We need you for these dates, which again, like it's basically they offer him every tournament. And he's like, yeah, I can make these ones.
Wow, what a job.
I know,
though.
dude.
Jeez, man. Unbelievable. And then because they moved their studios, I think within the last year or two to Stanford.
Oh, no kidding.
Florida.
Oh, that's right. Remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was a while ago though, no?
I want to say actually it was probably 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Give or take. Yeah, I've definitely because it's actually by the golf simulator at Chelsea Piers in Stanford. Wow, where they have the simulator. So that is good stuff. So this is great. It's all about the golf.
Is it?
I thought it was all about the Yankees.
Who would you guys say between the two of you more excited to get out on the course? If we had to say,
I don't know, Michael. I would say me.
Really?
Yeah.
What's going on here, Michael?
Michael just doesn't get as excited anymore.
But I think the other day you were like, "Oh no, I'm ready to go."
I was
Me and
ready.
you are gonna take down.
Yeah, I'm down for
Tony.
that. That's fun.
What? Me and you were taking down
No,
Tony.
wait, was it
Just you.
Yeah.
What was it?
What
No,
the
but-
Tony versus Jay. Tony and Jay versus us. Tony and Jay versus
but
us.
but Matthew though is routed for the course though. So we
Is
gotta
he?
figure.
So then Renee.
No,
will be-
Matthew is like more riled than you, Tony.
Wow, dude. We're ranking the riledness.
Wait, Jay is riled?
Yeah, Jay is, dude. Literally, the other gaming corner, he thought we were gonna go real golfing,
Oh, right.
and he
right,
was
right.
pumped for it, dude. He'll take you down, Brian. He actually asked me last night if you were good at golf.
Did he really?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Wow. No, I said you were. You were very good.
But everything's relative, Tony, because if we're comparing even to like a decent, like casual golfer, like I'm not up there, but I guess it's just like there's like I said, there's different levels, and at my times I can have my moments. Tons of work to do
Compared to a regular golfer, I'm not good. But you guys,
no, I wasn't saying.
to you
I
guys.
wasn't saying to you guys. I guess I meant more the average person. You would say, "Oh, okay." I mean, he's played a lot of golf. Like he could hold his own out there.
The average person, I would say, can't hold their own, dude.
But what would I feel like I've already asked you this, but what would you say your target score is this year?
Like my best score I want to beat.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would be very happy with like a 92 or under that. Under 90.
92 is solid.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for 80. I think it's a pipe dream. I mean, but the course right around the corner for me. I feel like I'm gonna play it 50 times this year. So I mean, you're telling me one day, Michael, that I can't just have a good day?
No, of course.
50 times, that's it, dude.
It's all about the feel. I think the biggest thing that I want to wrap up the golf conversation with this, and we're gonna go around the room here, starting with Tony because he loves this conversation.
I do.
Number one thing for golf this year that you want to improve upon that you think will help your scoring the most?
Oh, dude, driving
Now,
for
accuracy.
sure, dude. Yeah, accuracy.
Okay.
Yeah. Like consistently hitting the ball straight is
Okay.
what I'm looking for in that.
Michael.
Yeah. Just keeping my mind engaged.
Keeping your mind
yeah, it's a good one, dude.
engaged. But me and you playing.
No, that competitiveness stuff.
That's
keeps
what you
me-
need.
I need that.
Do we need
yeah,
to
yeah.
put a foul on the line or not?
No. We like the dinner type stuff.
A
is
dinner
fun.
will get you'll be riled up for a dinner.
Team. Yeah. That
Okay.
stuff. I like that competitive nature.
Because I feel like you were. I know obviously it's just a video game, but you were pretty riled up for like 2K the other day. For
All
not
the games.
basketball, but I'm saying the golf game.
Oh yeah.
Like that was you were engaged.
Oh,
for
of
that.
course. We
But
won.
for me, I would say the chipping. Because sometimes I'm decent at chipping, but sometimes it's like I'm not getting under the ball at all. And think about it. Like you're 2 shots, you're right below the green, chip on, and then you get one putt. Instead, you hit it over the green, and then you're chipping back, and then that chip's not
it's
good.
brutal.
That's where a par turns into an 8.
Literally.
So hoping to get some work in on that. And Taylor Pendriff has actually moved into a three-way tie now with Minwoo Lee, Hayden Buckley at 500 par. So just wanted to give you guys that. And then the other thing we were going to talk about today is the quarterfinals of the Big East tournament. Huge game here between the Providence Friars, UConn Huskies. This is actually their third matchup of the season. Coincidentally enough, each team was able to win one game, in this series this year. And they both defended their home turf with UConn, winning the last matchup back on February 22nd.
Barnes was very disappointed. Just shows which fan he is.
So that was, and that was very surprising to me. And not to say that I didn't expect, UConn to win being at home. It's a different animal than playing, in Providence. But it was just the fact that, they didn't compete. I figured, it would be a relatively close game, but of course, was nothing of the sort. So that really stood out to me. And the time that they played in Providence, they were able to defeat UConn, who was number 4 at the time, 73-61. So for two teams that you feel are on similar, trajectories, both have the same conference record. UConn with 3 more wins overall. You expected those games to be closer. And when you look at the teams, in terms of numbers, doing a side-by-side comparison, they are very similar. So I know, these weren't one-possession games, but I kind of am expecting this one to be. So just wanted to pull up. I don't know why this isn't. Maybe it's only on the mobile version.
Oh.
But it just has the points allowed, like that type of deal. So let me just pull that up there because I was shocked by how close the margins were. All right. So, if you look at it, so points per game, 78.5 to 79. Points against, 71.3 to 64.8. So that's the biggest difference there. The UConn defense, holding them to under 65 points a game. Field goal percentage, almost a dead heat, 46, 45.9. Rebounds per game, almost a dead heat as well, 38.7, 39.2. Assists per game, UConn with almost a 3 assist margin there, 17.3 to 14.7. UConn with the slight edge in blocks, 5 to 4.7.
Oh,
Steals per game, identical at 6.7. And then if we're talking about recent play, UConn winners of 5 in a row. Providence, a very uncharacteristic 2-game losing streak, or 3 out of 4, but not even just obviously, they can lose 2 out of 3. That's not that crazy. But the fact that, you've lost 3 out of your last 4, and 2 of the losses were by over 15 points. And the last one specifically, senior night against Seton Hall, a team that just lost to, oh my God, what was it? Not Georgetown, Villanova. I think they just lost to Villanova. Whatever the case was, to get blown out like that on senior night. We've talked about Ed Cooley, to an extent, just about what a good motivator is, keeping his guys engaged. And
I don't know, it just really sound like it.
The last time
it reminds me of Fairfield U.
Losing by 18 to UConn on the 22nd.
Yeah,
so,
they just lost to them, dude.
So that stuff obviously doesn't, bode well. But I mean, if you're looking at overall body of work, 21-10 is very impressive. And I've talked to you about just when my sister started going to Providence back in 2005 under former coach Tim Welsh. It was a struggle to get to 500. So the fact that they're coming off a Sweet 16 appearance, they're coming off a deep run in the Big East tournament last year, and they're coming off a year where they won 13 games in conference. Just shows their strong body of work. And
what's the deepest they've gone?
The deepest they've gone, Rick Pitino got them to a Final Four
with Cooley,
Sweet 16 last year. But the Final Four is they've never won a championship in school history. So just shows how tough it is. Small Catholic school there.
No, I respect it.
And I don't think they have the type of
it's like Sacred Heart,
but they don't have the type of budget that UConn has for recruiting and whatnot.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Sacred Heart making it.
Yeah.
And the matchup that I'm really looking forward to watching is the battle of the bigs between Bryce Hopkins and Adama Sanogo. Both with similar numbers this year. You'd imagine, they'd be pounding the boards down low. So I think that's a matchup to watch out for here. And then I think too, just how Providence is going to counteract this strong UConn defense, because I think they're going to have to get a little creative. And I always think too, when you're going against a top defense, the thing you want to do is obviously have quality shots, but also just, get to the line, because that, slows the game down and just gives you, your best chance at scoring. Obviously free throws being a wide open shot versus having to, be contested in the lane. So I think that gives you your best chance to win. And I know, losing 3 out of 4 to end the regular season doesn't look good for Providence. But like I said, it's about the body of work. They've shown that they can compete. They can compete this year. And this is a neutral site game. It's not like this is in stores. I think, a 7-point spread for UConn is a little rich here. I guess America, 54% is on UConn. They're also, despite being the 5th seed in conference, they're also the favorite to win the Big East tournament, which is something they haven't done in a while. They're minus 320 on the money line. Providence coming in at plus 250. So, I'm expecting a tightly contested game, down to the final possession. And I want to start, with you here, Tony. What are you expecting to see out there?
UConn absolute blowout, I think, dude. 5. I think know one thing about, college basketball, which I don't know much. You got to follow some trends. Who's hot at the right time, Brian?
Who isn't?
And it seems like UConn is hot.
That's
and
right.
The Friars are dead in the water. You mentioned the 2-game losing streak. The I guess you say uncharacteristic loss to Seton Hall. But I mean, and the blowout to UConn, I mean, like you said, it doesn't really bode well in the favor of the Friars. I think at this point, UConn will be stifling Providence with their defense and then overwhelming them with their offense in stores, right? They're at UConn. Where are they?
Michael.
Nowhere.
I feel like Michael knows where. What did I say? Do you remember? I feel
For
like,
what?
No, he just asked if they were playing in stores. You don't remember what I said?
No.
I was hoping
they're at UConn.
No, dude.
Neutral site.
Yeah, MSG.
MSG.
Oh,
it's like
Big East
MSG.
tournament, Tony. The Big East tournament.
He doesn't care.
I know, but I'm getting him there.
So yeah, dude. All right, give me UConn. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know, 88 to 71, 72, 72.
88 to 72.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying it's gonna go over, and then UConn covers the 7.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna say over as well. But I'm gonna say Providence. We're gonna go 78-77. Bryce Hopkins floater in the lane. 0.5 seconds remaining. Pandemonia in the Garden.
Sounds like Michael's dream over there. Floater in the lane, dude.
I am a little curious because I feel like there's a little
animosity.
Both of you guys with Providence. What is it? Especially
it's just UConn. You're going against UConn.
No, but it surprises me. But specifically Tony, though, because you're not a big Connecticut guy. So why are you coming at the Friars? That's what I don't understand.
I'm not really coming at the Friars. I mean, it's just what I see right now, dude. I mean, if I didn't know, if you didn't do that whole backstory,
right.
I've watched one game of UConn this season, and they fucking blew it in the 4th quarter. So I probably would have went Friars, honestly, if I didn't know all this backstory to the UConn Huskies right now, just because that game I watched, I forget who it was. I think it may have been against, I don't know if it was Seton Hall. I forget who it was. No. Purdue, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But literally, I think they had like an 8-point lead with like a minute and a half left. And they totally blew it, dude.
Yeah.
And it was like, and they still could have won it, but they needed to like, they were missing their free throws then at that point. It was just like total like breakdown of a team to the core. But I mean, as of right now, dude, hey man, 5-game win streak. They just beat Providence as well. I would think that UConn could be used to performing at an arena like the Garden. I feel like the Friars may get a little nervous, dude. Maybe a little nerves start off. It's just how I feel, Brian. It's really not a personal attack.
It does seem
on you or your family. Are you a UConn fan? Are you like UConn?
Well,
no.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
So I know this doesn't apply, I feel like, for any other realm other than the college world. But I mean, I definitely am fans of both teams. And I would say, UConn, because I probably started watching during the Ben Gordon, Emeka Okafor days. So I was always fond of them. And then, of course, being at Eastern, being there for the 2 championships, specifically the last one, that was really a Cinderella run. I really appreciated it. I really enjoyed it. Going to some games, it was great. And then obviously growing up, going to all those Providence basketball games, going to one earlier this year. And I guess what it is for me is I'm happy if both teams do well, in this tournament, in the NCAA tournament. But Providence has never won a national championship. Last year was huge getting the Sweet 16. So it's just like if I had to pick one to win it all or go further, I'm going to go with Providence because, it's just so tough to get to that point. And I really respect the job that they've done. And obviously, UConn, I mean, it's been a while now. I mean, it's almost been 10 years. But overall body of work, I think it's 5 championships that they've won, if I'm not mistaken. And Providence not having any, that's why it would just be something different. So I would like to see that. But at the same time, I think this is a big postseason, for UConn and specifically Dan Hurley. You think about it, this is already his 5th year, how quick that's gone. I remember when he was brought over from URI. But he hasn't won a tournament game. So, for them, let's say they end up losing this game to Providence and then going one and done in the tournament. I mean, I'm not going to say he's like a lock to get fired or anything, but I think there are going to be some rumbles. I mean, you're at the University of Connecticut. This isn't Wagner where he started his coaching career. This isn't URI where they just happen to be in the tournament. This is UConn. There's a winning expectation. This team is talented. That's why they were up to number 2 in the nation. So I think that they have to minimum win 1 playoff game, if not 2, or tournament game, in order to really solidify Hurley's future there. So this is going to be great. So 2:30, this will get underway. FS1, the Big East tournament. You can't get any better than that.
2:30.
Yeah, because there's 2 other games. But you want to talk about, we complain about the scheduling of the NHL. How about this, Tony? Let me just pull this up for the games that they have after this. I mean, it's like, I know there's probably some schedule they have to follow or whatever, but to have, so at 12 o'clock, you got St. John's, Marquette. Marquette is the 6th ranked team in the country. So you're putting them on at 12 o'clock. UConn Providence is on at 2:30. And then the 7 and 9:30 games are DePaul Xavier and Villanova Creighton. I mean,
wow.
Are you kidding?
Villanova Creighton.
Especially, DePaul. I mean, they're the team that beat Seton Hall. I thought it was, I forgot who I said, but, DePaul's 10 and 22. Like I said, I don't know if there were certain guidelines they had to follow, but I think your 2 best games, are at 12 and 2:30. But that's just, I guess, how it is. So we'll keep an eye out for that. And I guess Monday we'll have to do our bracket preview.
Wow.
So number 3 already. Isn't that something, Michael?
Amazing.
Have you submitted a bracket yet or no?
No,
we got to do one.
There's no fields.
Yeah, because that's how you know he doesn't care.
I really don't care. And
I
honestly think it's so stupid how people care only during the month of March. Like,
I mean, Tony, it is March Madness.
Yeah, that's cool, dude.
Anyway,
yeah.
I think we should do one of those for money submission ones together as a team.
Yeah. Well, no, because the one we did last year, like if we, I think you have to win the thing or whatever, but you would win a prize.
Okay. Well, yeah, I feel like last year we were a little lackadaisical and we were kind of like picking from the heart.
I would say
there's UConn.
The furthest we can have UConn going, I want to say is the Sweet 16. And that might even be pushing it. They haven't won a tournament game in what, 8 years?
Dude, but what if that's what they
This is the time, the run.
For UConn.
This is what happened last time they won.
Yeah, it is true. It is a similar.
Really is.
It is a similar trajectory.
And they're hot. They're getting hot at the right time. If they win tonight, Barnes.
No, that's everything. If they lose, no. But if they make it to the conference final, in this tournament, then
What if they win the
talk.
tournament though, like Kemba years?
Oh well, then we'll talk.
Okay.
But let's see what I'm telling you. They're not winning today. I know Tony's
Tony
like
doesn't understand the Kemba
cheesing
years.
about it.
He doesn't understand the Kemba years.
You know, and you know what I don't understand too with Tony is I feel like I knew he was gonna love that. For somebody who seems to anyway enjoy playing basketball so much, I don't know why there's so much like
hate towards
nepotism towards watching it. I really don't understand it.
It's really weird.
Do you know what nepotism is, Brian?
Michael.
I don't know, dude. I just feel like it's funny because I was actually watching it last night. I was watching basketball last night.
What were you watching? Do you even know?
Yeah, Clippers. Whoever the fucking Clippers were playing, dude. No, they lost to the Pelicans, maybe? No, that was the game before.
Yep.
Pelicans,
Tony, you got it.
Pelicans beat the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Watch the end of that game.
Which is crazy.
Which was crazy, dude. Crazy.
Well, who the Clippers beat?
You got it, dude. You got it.
I didn't watch the whole game.
You didn't watch the whole game, but you watched some of it. Who were they playing?
Lakers? No, dude.
No.
Lakers didn't play last night.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck, should I know?
The Raptors, Tony. The Raptors. The only
Toronto,
team from
that's
Canada.
right.
You know
Dude,
what
I
happened?
remember seeing
Fred
their
Van
jersey
Fleet
today.
went off on the refs after that game.
The refs?
Yeah, calling out them by their
Really?
names.
You think he's just typed that they're 32 and 35?
I
Or
don't
no?
know.
Anyway, dude, very unenjoyable watch, I think, honestly.
But that's the NBA, Tony. We're talking about college basketball. So
Yeah,
what does that
well,
have to
all
do with
right. So,
anything?
well, okay, fine. I'll give you college basketball. Here we go. Not enough exposure for me, obviously, on like a national scale. Like, obviously, I don't hear storylines. It's like these games are just on where it's like, oh, like I'm interested in somewhat, you know?
They're plastered all over ESPN, all the games.
No, they're not, dude.
Michael.
Where are they?
Which one? NBA?
No, I'm
No,
saying
college.
basketball.
Oh,
they have
they're
them every
always-
night of the week.
it's
There's a college
fucking
basketball
crazy.
game on.
I'm
It's
saying,
too much.
but I'm saying like, all season, there's just no like, there's no juice attached to it.
isn't.
I don't know any
Well, dude,
storylines. Give me a come up of some kid from
There used to
nowhere
be
who plays for
six
some
storylines,
college.
like Kevin Durant
Oh.
in Texas and this and
Yeah,
that.
give me
Carmelo at
something,
Syracuse
dude.
and there's JJ
But-
Redick
But
at
right
Duke.
now, this week is where all that starts till the Final Four.
No, but he's saying there used to be that in the regular season. You'd know of
Yeah,
the
I'm
high
saying,
school kid
That's why it's
coming
even
in
less. I'm less interested because these should be storylines that I've heard of
already.
during the season,
yes,
dude.
building up. To
And now
the
I know.
tournaments.
Hey, wait a minute, this kid on Houston is from wherever, dude. I know his
Exactly,
story,
yeah,
and now
yeah,
I'm interested
We have a
already,
comment.
dude.
I agree with Tony on that. That's it. That the luster,
The Raptors.
The Raptors, Jay said.
the luster
Stay with the bed.
of
The lore.
the lore and
They have
the
to do-
story of the season in NCAA is tough. But for
Right.
the NBA, they need to
Try.
not even just that. There needs to be either you don't play hard,
Right.
or you're not going to get your money.
Right.
Right.
I mean,
Like-
the biggest thing out of the NBA last night was Durant hurting himself
I
in
know
fucking
in the
warm-ups,
pregame.
which is tough. But it's like, dude, I must have seen that video on the fucking during the game like a million times, dude. That's all they were talking about during another team's
Yeah.
game. Like, what are we doing right now, dude? But I feel like is ESPNU like still a thing anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I watch it all the time.
Like,
Yeah, I watch
why
it every
don't
day.
like they should have like just fucking they should be like
They do.
just pumping out features
They do.
on teams and players.
They are.
Where the
No,
fuck
no,
is this?
I have to say, Tony, listen. What you're saying right now, I hate to break it to you, it doesn't make any sense because it's all there. It's just you're choosing not to consume it. And I'm not saying I'm consuming it.
Where
on a
is it,
daily
though?
basis. Dude, there's college game day every freaking week for hours. They're previewing all the games. All the games are on TV all day. You're just not
Yeah.
watching them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying I'm watching all of them, but the point is nothing's changed. You're just not watching
I don't know. I guess so.
them.
Wow.
And as far as like you're concerned, Michael, I feel like, you know, it's a different situation when UConn has a high recruit. UConn's 20-0. You know what I mean? It's just because they're not at that point. But you're telling me that, you know, they win the Big East tournament, that there's not going to be a big conversation now. Oh, are they going on the run? They win a first tournament game, second, you know what I mean? Then that's when the hype builds up. And I think we've really seen this in every sport other than the NFL, where everybody's just focused on the postseason versus the regular season.
Right.
And I think that's all it is. There's nothing else has changed other than, I mean, some of these NIL deals, but I think that's why it is. But listen, I'm looking forward to it. and it's always nice to just get a little taste. And who knows? We might be looking at some future stars in this tournament. So I know Tony is so excited. What time are you guys going to the movies?
6:30, I think.
Perfect. Providence, UConn 2:30, so you can watch the whole game and then head to the movies.
Oh yeah, dude. Middle of the day, I'm not doing anything.
Well, I mean, you could just have it on your phone. It's not like
Oh yeah.
Oh
dude.
yeah. No, that's crazy.
How do I get it, dude?
The Fox Sports app.
Did they pay for it?
No.
Really?
No.
Free?
Cable subscription. Don't you have them?
Oh. Yeah, I guess.
There you go. But dude.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Can't do it.
Wow, Tony. I have to say.
I don't know, man. I just again, like, if I was more attached to it, like that's sure, dude. But I'm just not.
But the thing is, the attachment grows as the tournament goes on. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I guess, dude.
Your mother wants to check in on that steak dinner.
Oh yeah,
but save that answer as we go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here's Matthews. Scores! Hat-trick goal!
My goodness, this is a great shot.
Big hit on the far side by the car. He flattens Jordan's skull. Oh my goodness.
That's the top right back. Terrifying and robbed by Shesterkin. That's brilliant from Igor Shesterkin.
It's a breakaway to win it in overtime. McDavid scores the winner in overtime.
All right, but you were having fun with that one. But before we get to NHL, how was the steak dinner, Tony?
Oh, dude, it was totally amazing. So, a little bit of backstory here on the steak dinner. Brian, as my mother asked, how was it? I moved Thorne out of his apartment. I helped him move, and he was cleaning out the fridge. I don't know if I told you this.
No.
He had like a bunch of like not only Omaha steaks.
I knew you were gonna say Omaha. I swear to God,
but
I almost said it.
I mean, like what? How but like a bunch of their dinners, like full dinners, like chicken, like pre-baked potatoes, lobster grilled cheeses, like little like lava cakes too, like literally like full course, like 3-course meals, dude. So naturally, I had all these steaks, and I'm like I'm not gonna defrost the steak and cook it for myself. Like that'd be so weird. So I was like, I had 4 steaks to make a steak dinner night. Went out last night after work here, bought some steak French fries, bought some broccoli, went to A&S, picked up a loaf of Italian bread, got some nice like stuffed peppers for appetizer, dude. Went home, had the little appetizer, cooked the steaks. Broccoli, garlic and oil, dude, a little salt and pepper to cook it up nice and good. Steak fries in the air fryer, steak, cast iron pan on the stovetop, dude. You baste it in the butter and the rosemary with the garlic. And it was, dude, me, Jay, and Harrison had ourselves a nice little steak dinner time, dude. It was dope. And I don't really, like I was saying before, I don't really eat steak, honestly. I don't, like, if I go out to dinner, unless I'm at a steakhouse, I typically don't really order the steak. I would, probably order some type of chicken dish or fish.
Any reason for that?
I don't know. I'm just not a big steak eater to begin with. I just feel like I don't know. Every time I have steak, it's always like a whole process, and like my jaw hurts at the end of it. It's just like a lot of meat.
I honestly thought though you would have learned your lesson at Sakura though when you had that chicken a little tough.
Remember? Yeah. Well, that is tough.
Like Sakura, you got to get the steak.
I'm not gonna get the steak, dude.
Wait, what for hibachi? Really, you don't like steak hibachi?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I could try it now because I really enjoyed the steak last night. Like surprisingly enjoyed it.
Right.
But again, if I go out, I normally get I like going for the fish because I just don't I don't normally have fish at home.
Now, when you say fish, what type of fish?
Any type of fillet, a halibut, shrimp, or a lobster,
breaded?
Even. Yeah, sure. Oreganata, dude. Oh yeah, dude. If I see any fish oreganata on the menu, I'm probably getting it.
Do you like fish better or shellfish?
It's tough, dude. I guess shellfish.
Love shrimp and lobster.
Shrimp.
Really
like
can't
so freaking good, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude. It was a great time.
Your mother taught you well.
My mother says I taught you well. Yeah, she'd be proud. It was a great steak dinner. My dad would have loved it too. It was freaking awesome, dude. I was and like recently I've been really getting into cooking. I know you're not big on cooking. But it's fun, dude, when you make yourself a nice big meal like that.
Yeah, I guess it's I guess it's situational. And I think too, you could agree to this. Like, it's easier. I know it almost sounds like an excuse, but I feel like it's easier to cook in the summer. Like the winter, you're going to the store after the gym, you're all wet, you want to take a shower, then you got to go in the store, then you got to bring it in. And it's just like such a production.
Yeah. I mean, think about it too. Like, it really is a huge production. I mean, I left here probably like 5:30.
First bite at 8.
No, first bite was at actually like 7:15.
Wow.
Yes, I was boogieing.
But see that, but still, that's a long time.
I know, and it was like, and I felt bad because I was cooking for Harrison and Jay, so I was like, oh, dinner's at 7. So I was like kind of here a little later than I wanted to be, and then everything was kind of bad. I was like rushing.
Yeah.
And then I didn't like sit down and like take a breath until like after 8 o'clock because we had dessert too and everything. And then at 8 o'clock, I was like, wow, like that was a fucking whirlwind, dude. But it was a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah.
So it was
yeah.
nice.
I think the steak's going to grow on you because I'm telling you, like a filet, when it's like cooked perfectly or, oh my God, what is the name of it?
New York strip.
Short rib.
Oh,
do you like short rib?
Love beef short rib.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that is like that's, I don't know. Again, I think it's maybe the way it's cooked because, you know, you look at short rib and it's like literally so tender. It's like melting in your mouth, dude.
Yeah.
I will say one of the best steaks I've had actually was at Gino's wedding. The meal, I don't even think there was a decision on the meal. And it was just surf and turf. And it was a piece of filet mignon and shrimp, surf and turf. Oh my God, dude. Again, the filet, tender,
right?
And it was tasty too. Like, and then of course, like you throw shrimp in there.
And I feel like you're just saying you just don't like a tough like skirt steak or something. That's what you don't like. That's where the jaw comes into play. But when it's moist like that, I mean, come on, you can't beat that.
I just, you really can't. And it's, there's few and far between. I think, and just I think just growing up, I just never had a hard time like eating steaks. I just never really gravitated towards it.
Philly cheesesteak.
See, that's another, I think, a good example of sometimes you get like, because sometimes some places use like cheaper meat because it's a Philly cheesesteak. So it's like, then you're just like gnawing on.
There's a place right down the street from where I live in Stanford, the Wienery, garlic bread Philly cheesesteak.
The Wienery.
I'm not kidding. That has to be on Hidden Gems.
Really?
Make it up right now.
Wienery.
Yeah. But unbelievable. The garlic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. In the milkshakes too. Sea salt caramel milkshake.
Oh wow.
And the black and white milkshake as well.
Oh.
Yep.
I haven't had a milkshake in a while.
Porterhouse is the best. And I think we were just talking about this when I was in AC. I told you about how I had Carmine's the Porterhouse. Have you had a Porterhouse?
I've had again, my parents are big steak eaters. My mother every so often loves a steak. My dad too. So I'll have some. I've had pieces of Porterhouse.
Oh my! I'm telling you, we gotta go to Carmine's.
And you know what? Too sometimes, like I'll also probably like I love lamb chops. Like I'll get the lamb chop too.
That's one thing. I'm like your whole steak situation.
Yeah.
But even to more extreme, I won't even consider lamb.
Really? Pork chop. Have a pork chop. No.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, everybody has their tendencies.
Yeah.
But
I'm interested in getting into it, dude.
Yes. Yeah.
The whole steak life is pretty intense.
No, and honestly, a steak like pasta with Alfredo sauce. Oh my God, it's so good.
Dude, I've been dying for pasta, dude. Recently, like a good just macaroni.
Yeah,
homemade sauce, dude. Meatballs.
No, the bolognese.
I know. I've been watching a lot of Sopranos recently, and they're always fucking eating pasta.
Is that going to be on Screen Time? Sopranos?
I didn't talk about it. I just finished season 1, I think.
What do you think?
So, dude, it's dope. I'm like. Because like at this point, like they're all about to. They think they're gonna get indicted, right, by the government, and like Tony Soprano's uncle Junior, like find out that he's
Junior,
he's like find out that he's seeing a psychiatrist, so they're talking about like killing them all, and I'm like, whoa, dude, like I just can't wait to see what happens.
And how riled were you the first time you heard Carmela say, "Hey, Tony"?
Oh my God, so funny.
You had to have thought about it right away.
Yeah, the Tony's mom too is absolutely hilarious.
Oh my God, the narcissist herself.
Oh.
But anyway, short slate on the ice last night. So nothing really too crazy. Wild over the Jets 4-2. That was something, I had picked, and you mentioned Fleury in our episode title here. 46 saves, 9.58 save percentage last night. I mean, pretty impressive. The Wild, who were kind of struggling, I think, to start this season, really have kind of turned into high gear. And for Fleury, and I know it's nothing crazy, but to to have, 2.79 goals against and a 908 save percentage. He's the same age as Jaroslav Halak. So, I mean, I think that's pretty impressive. No, Tony, I mean, 2 shutouts and then this road victory in Winnipeg, no?
Oh, yeah, dudes. I mean, I think the stat was for his last 4 games, he's 4-0 with a 1.23 goals against on average. Drew Morrison, dude. Look at that. What? You need a napkin? Oh, sorry. Did you spill something? Oh, jeez. You just one or you want more than that? The whole roll. Okay. Michael asked for napkins, but expects paper towels. Just saying, unrealistic expectation. So anyway, I gotta say, he's 4-0, 1.23 goals against an average. And this is a guy, I understand, you're kind of comparing him to Halak, but I mean, I think that's a tough comparison.
No, I'm saying just that they're the same age. So
I mean, it's great for Fleury. I mean, someone who absolutely dominated the game, with the Penguins for probably, I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know how
12
seasons,
to 13 years.
Over a decade.
But I mean, but upper echelon, but at the same time, I mean, he's not considered like an all-time great, or is he because they won 3 titles?
I mean, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Or was it 4 titles or 3 titles?
It's 3 titles, I believe he had with them. And you're talking about multiple seasons where 2.3 goals against, maybe 2.5. His off years or when he was touching 3. But I mean, for someone to be that dominant for that long with a team like the Penguins, I mean, they set up a dynasty, and then he goes over to Vegas in the expansion draft, which was absolutely crazy, for him, because it was an end of an era for Pittsburgh. And then again, you see, Vegas's first year in the league. I mean, he doesn't really miss a step. And again, his goals against that year with Vegas was 2.24, with a save percentage of 927. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it was so good. Vegas, made it to the Cup final. Of course, they ended up losing, but it was quite the story. And then, you saw some, I guess, ups and downs with Vegas. He went over Chicago for the hot second, and now Minnesota. So it was, a little bit of a shame, I suppose, to see him getting moved around so much for someone who is, had such longevity with one single team. But right now, I mean, I think he's kind of really proven himself. He's with a Minnesota Wild team who's really developed themselves as well. I mean, you look at the time, at the time where Fleury was dominating with the Penguins, the Wild were nowhere to be found, really. Now he's on a good Wild team, and he's still got it, dude. So he really is like one of the greatest goaltenders, I think, of our time since we've been watching hockey, which I think says a lot. And I think I mean, I will maybe agree he is a little bit overlooked, I suppose. Like you were just saying, like, oh, not that great, not that great. Right. I think people kind of forget about him a little bit.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely true. And I mean, hey, right now, they are in 4th place, but have the same amount of points as Dallas. So technically a tie for 3rd. They just don't have the tiebreaker. 1 game behind, or 1 point behind Vegas in LA, for top in the West. So there's an opportunity here. We've talked about it all year. This Western Conference, is wide open. So it'll be interesting to see what they do, moving forward. And if he keeps up his hot play, I mean, it's funny because you looked at it at the beginning of the year and it seemed like a negative having Fleury as the tender. He's older. Right. He's going to get lit up.
He had a slow start.
He did have a slow start, and now it's almost an advantage. He's been there before. He can lead the team. So it's going to be interesting to see what him and Kaprizov do down the stretch. But so a big slate tonight in our New York Rangers after a long 4-day off period back in Montreal against the Canadiens. And unfortunately, due to that 2-game losing streak and just some uneven play of recent, they are down to the 6th seed. So right now, if the playoffs ended today, they would actually face off against Michael's Devils in a first-round playoff series. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be freaking awesome, and I almost welcome it, Michael.
You know what I mean? Just get it out of the way right away. Yeah. Like, just
knock the Devils out.
What do you prefer, conference finals or first round?
Stanley Cup.
They can't play in the Stanley Cup.
Oh, sorry. Conference finals.
Honestly, I would almost prefer that too, because I mean, the last time these two teams faced off in the conference finals,
94,
Rangers ended up winning the cup.
There we go.
Messier forced a game 7.
How many cups do the Rangers have?
Less than the Devils.
Yeah, way less than the Devils.
Devils have
Pretty
that many cups?
I mean, Brodeur has what, 3 or 2?
3, I think, right?
3? Nodding in approval.
They have 3 in with him, yeah.
We're just with him.
And then
Yeah.
how
I would
many,
imagine they don't have anything.
how many wives does he have? Is it 3 or 2?
Oh,
Stop,
dude. How many
stop.
wives who are from the same family does he have? Is really the
I
question.
think it's just 2 there.
Yeah. Oh man. What are the Rangers? How many cups do the Rangers have?
I'm doing a little research here.
Dude,
So
I
Stanley
think it might
Cups are
be, like,
3, and I'm
5.
guessing it's
Okay.
all Brodeur because 94, 99, and 02, right? That's all
Yeah.
Marty Brodeur. And what do we got for the Rangers?
It might be just the
4.
4 times. Okay.
Oh, but unfortunately, 3
Way
of
before our
them,
time.
yeah, were 80 years plus ago. So
Doesn't count.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely
dude.
does. No one's alive from then.
Doesn't even matter anyway.
Doesn't
dude.
fucking matter.
No one's alive from that. It's ridiculous. Someone's got to be alive.
I mean, but that's 80 years ago, and then if they were 20 years, I mean, they have to be 100 years old.
Dude, it's like
I mean, I
sad.
guess back then they were playing at 15, but even so, they would have to be 95. You know, I mean, you're pushing it. You're pushing it, buddy.
Who are you to tell me that someone can't live to 95 years old?
There's no Ranger fan alive from then.
No, but
That's also
I
ridiculous.
know these things come out and it's not true, but didn't something come out recently that I don't know how they would even know this, but they said whoever is going to live till 150 years old has already been born. Did you see that?
No, but I believe that. That's gonna be. I'm gonna live to be like
150 years
300.
old, 150.
I'm gonna have to be 301.
But see, I don't know. I don't know.
No, I'm
if that's
talking like good to go, all good, dude. Trust me.
But how is that possible? Like joint wise, you know?
You have to begin the journey now. First thing that goes is flexibility because people stop moving.
Stop
in
moving.
in certain.
And I
areas.
think honestly, you need 150 years old. You need 80 years of sobriety.
No, I don't believe that. I believe
suck.
Or very
Moderation.
Yeah, exactly.
can't be getting fucking.
No, because that has to be one of the leading causes of death is like overdoing with the alcohol. No,
I guess.
well, because it creates
problems.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But where's your statistics on that? Where's the research, Brian?
It's more just a common sentiment. Tony.
Alcohol creates problems.
No,
Put that on, it
Let's
does.
put that on a t-shirt.
You know, I've never heard of that one before. I really haven't. But anyway, Tony,
Oh, we're picking tonight, dude. Or
we are we are picking tonight a little off the rails today. I have to say, an hour in.
dude. Michael, dude.
I
Wow,
have
we're
to
an hour
say,
in. Holy fuck.
You know, maybe we covered sports 30% of the time in that hour. Or?
Well, all of a sudden, people care about college basketball. So
Well, that is a
add
sport.
that to the repertoire. Dude.
Oh my God, do you like college basketball or Connecticut better? Go.
I don't know. I mean, I really like I like Connecticut.
Do you believe?
It just sounds crazy. Like you have to force it out of him.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
yeah.
because like, oh, what do you like? Oh, come on, what kind of question is that, dude? I mean,
And-
college. I don't even have a stake in college basketball.
And also though, I know this it can't happen, but just hypothetically, would you guys get Ralph for a shoe run in the tourney or no?
yeah,
Yeah.
See that I'm connected to. Obviously, I know people on the team. I went there. I'm in it.
Okay.
They're not gonna ever do that.
They just beat Merrimack in the
See,
semifinals.
that is one of my
They're never gonna do that.
regrets is like,
They need me
college
to
ended,
coach them.
college ended up working out great. Had a great time. Obviously, me and Matt, of course, and all
do
a
it
bunch
for
of our
free.
other friends. But
It was a great time.
I just wish that I went to a Division I school with like the atmosphere at the games, and then I have that allegiance. Because right now it's like I'm scrambling. Like,
Yeah, but you don't need like because we went to division. Well, Renee and I went to Division I school, like undergrad, and it's like,
oh my God.
um,
I think I would definitely take playing for what's
UB.
what division.
well, no,
Division
no,
two?
I'm just,
Division two.
I'm
would
just
rather
saying, like,
I'm just saying though, I'd rather play the sport than go to a Division I. I'd rather play Division II because like playing, I mean, you can't beat playing. Nothing
can't.
beats that.
I wasn't saying it like to knock Michael for going to UB. I
kinda
was just
sounded
saying,
it.
no,
Roll
'cause
back the tape.
I was just saying, like, we
Yeah.
all went to Division I school, but Michael only went for a year for grad school. Didn't really
Yeah,
experience
I don't
it.
have the law, but I
Okay.
do. If I would,
Renee and I
I'm from
went to
Fairfield,
a
though.
Division I school undergrad, right? But it's like a shoe Division I. It was
Renee, did
Sacred
you go
Heart.
to any games
So-
at SHU? What was the football or basketball? What'd you go to more?
Football.
Football. Interesting.
I've gone to basketball. I've gone to like a few basketball.
All right.
All right.
but Shoe, the thing is, dude. You know what I'm disappointed with Shoe? Want to hear the truth?
Hey, what do you got?
I think it's fucking bootleg that they spent all this money on hockey just hold on. Why didn't they just make a mini fucking Madison Square Garden up in there?
No, yeah, that's what I was kind of saying.
Like
trying
no
to say
one wants to
anyway.
go to those
It's
whack
like
ass
it's
games.
like it's not a Division I. It doesn't feel like a Division I school when you go there. Like even me, I'm like, wow. Like even I thought sometimes like I was like, wow, I wish I went to like an actual Division
Like
I
even
school.
UB, Tony's
like-
come to our games because he had to do media for Shoe or whatever.
Yeah,
We even have our own stadium for. It's not like a fuck. It's like what Fairfield U has now. The
Right.
new thing that they have.
right.
We have a similar thing. Like it's the hall. Everybody goes there. Everybody knows the games are there.
yeah.
It's walking distance from the dorms.
Yeah.
People get hammered and show up. You know what I mean?
So, I
But
mean,
it's
like
like
Shoe needs to build like, dude. The Pitt Center is like a high school
Yes.
gymnasium.
I
You
had
know,
my
it's like weak.
baseball camp there in middle school.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
annoying, dude. It's so stupid. Like, why wouldn't you build
Something combo.
and like
How much more would it have already have cost though? Just
I
mean,
know.
I know obviously it would cost a lot, but relative to
But-
the
and
amount
it-
of money
it
they're
creates more
spending
right?
around-
But think
jobs,
about it too. Like if you make like that MSG type of facility where you can have a hockey rink and a court.
You can
in
have
the same
boxing
facility.
matches and
You can do
wrestling
anything.
matches.
Dude, you can do anything there. And then like and then instead they built a big hockey arena so that every ice sport could play there. Who the fuck cares
I
about
know.
the club hockey or even the fucking women's team at that
No, or
point,
the
or even
fucking-
the figure skating
Yeah,
team?
yeah,
Do they
exactly.
have
Why do they
anything-
have their own shit?
Do they have
Yeah.
anything else in the arena like offices, weight rooms, anything like that?
Oh yeah, they have a full,
yeah, obviously, but that's whack.
locker room, weight room, everything for
It's
all
each
directed
team, of
towards,
course,
like-
too. But it's all like, again, imagine you made that like your basketball team is playing there too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
it'd be more
fucking
like
sick,
everybody
dude.
be getting riled for
And
everybody else.
then they can go over to the main campus and knock the fuck down of the Pitt Center and build a new football field that's legit.
yeah, because that shit's
That's
whack,
what they
too.
should have done, dude.
I know.
Jay Bird says there's no allegiance in March Madness, and then he also says I only went to one football game in my 4 years. I think I went to more football games as an alumni than I have as an
Really, you
undergrad.
guys weren't about that undergrad?
Football, nah, dude. The football team weren't great people.
Yeah,
There was a few guys who were super nice and everything, but
it wasn't
Um,
worth the.
it wasn't worth it, dude. And not to mention, like, if I recall, like, I don't remember many people at all going to their games. Like now it gets fucking packed out because there's 10,000 students.
And,
but
and it's such an interesting
Stupid.
question, like what you guys are talking about with like the competitiveness and feeling like you're at Division I. So it's like there's two ends. Like you could split off Division I, which they kind of have done with football, but for all sports. But then it's like for March Madness, for instance, you don't even have the opportunity to get on that stage
Yeah,
to
you
make
don't.
the tournament.
Yeah.
But then you could also have more of a chance to win it all. So it's like I don't know what's better. I mean, what do you guys think? Is it better the way it is, or would it be better to do like a sub branch of Division I and have the smaller conferences all competing against each other for a championship versus having to go against the Goliaths?
honestly, I think it's good the way it is, to be honest. Because I mean, like,
So basically, you're saying be better.
yeah, I think you can be better. I mean, the men's team has made the tournament. The women's team has made the tournament numerous times. Even when I was, they made them like the 6 years I was at Shoe, I think they made the tournament 3 times. Women's team, so like they're really good. They just need like a little extra step. And I think like, again, like like imagine if they have a brand new facility, how much better recruiting could be.
Right.
For-
and
for-
all it
for-
takes is a
for
little
players,
success
dude.
because
Yeah.
you go back a little over 20 years ago, Gonzaga was absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
They still play in the West Coast Conference, but they're a top 10 program in America because they've had sustained success, sustained recruiting. They've improved their facilities. And it's like any other school could do that. You also look at Loyola Chicago making the Final Four
Yeah.
a couple years ago. Sister Jean, I mean, how much bigger is their conference than Sacred Heart's conference? It's not. It's just all about what you put into it.
right. No, yeah, I think you're totally right. And honestly, I mean, I like that Shoe built the new hockey arena because they got kind of lucky where, I mean, 2 years ago, hockey team was literally heating up. Like they got really good very quickly. And that new hockey arena is dope. And I don't know, dude. I think this just is tough because like now, like people are like, oh, like Sacred Heart's like a hockey school, whatever. Like it can be like so much more, than just a
Right.
hockey school. And I think they did kind of pigeonhole themselves with that arena. And like Mike said, imagine like that little MSG would be so dope, dude. Like
You have
God,
fucking
dude.
concerts there.
All
dude.
I would want to
dude.
hear is a packed house and I mean,
know.
that's what it's all about. Like we
Dude.
talk about like not having an
All
interest
about
in
it,
college,
dude.
but
Yeah.
being there
Being
for
there.
that chant,
Yeah.
everybody standing the entire game, you
Yeah.
can't beat that.
dude, I was stay tuned for the nice True Hockey vlog that's gonna be coming out probably in the next day or two.
Also, the Wolfpack vlog down the road, right?
Yeah, Michael's next birthday. But dude, the atmosphere, packed house at the Martiri Family Arena. Okay,
almost sounds like it's your name,
dude.
almost. I know it's a different name, but it's close.
It's close.
Yeah,
the first few letters are basically the same. So
Tony loves that.
It's gonna be pretty cheap when they have to change the sign. Just add the rest of my name to it. In a few years.
Material Family Arena. Material Family Arena.
For all the Sacred Heart people there, I know Thorne has his headphones in on the golf course there. Let's be a little better. All right, let's be a little better at Sacred Heart. A stone's throw from here. Imagine if they're competing for championships. I mean, we'd be there. We'd be at a lot of games. But
100%.
It's like if you're going to be in a middling conference and not compete, what are we doing? What are we talking about?
I know.
And speaking about competing, Tony, are the Rangers in the return to the ice tonight 18-8-5 away from Madison Square Garden, going against the Canadiens? They've split the season series up to this point. Both teams stealing road games here. Are the Rangers with this long layoff? Are they going to do it? Are they going to step up? I mean, what's going on?
This is going to be a no-nonsense game here tonight. You know, a lot of reports coming out. I've been following this little break here of the Rangers pretty heavily, actually, on Twitter. You know, Patrick Kane's been obviously interviewed left and right here. He's been talking about how absolutely stoked he has been with the work they've been doing with the Rangers. Says that the tempo of practice has been so quick. You know, the energy has been high. Everyone's been kind of, you know, looking forward to this game. So it seems like that they are coming for blood, Brian. Because
Michael,
they know they're coming for blood, Michael.
But I'm coming for blood, Michael.
You know, the Montreal Canadiens, I think, are going to be totally outskated here from the get-go. Again, you know, I alluded to this when they started their little break here. You know, Patrick Kane was someone who was kind of just thrown into this team that was on a pretty hot streak, I would say. And although he is really good, you know, it takes some time to get that chemistry up. So he was, you know, kind of clogging up some lanes and some of the, you know, cramping some players' styles. But again, with what I've been hearing from these past few days of practice, it seems like they got their chemistry going here. They know exactly what to do, where to be on the ice. And like he was saying, dude, I mean, for the Rangers to be keeping up these heavy practices, you know, not necessarily, you know, enjoying their 2 days of break, but then getting back into it during practice, that high speed, that high octane practice, I think is to translate really well here against the Canadiens. I'm expecting literally like total domination here from the Rangers tonight. You know, the last time these two teams faced, the Canadiens did win 2-1 at the Garden in early January here, but obviously a different team here. And I just think, again, like the Rangers are going to be out here for blood. I just think at this point, the Canadiens, you've seen them make some good strides, but I think the Rangers are just going to be too quick, dude. Are going to be absolutely too quick. And I think because of that, you know, their defense will be better. I believe they'll have Miller back as well as Lindgren too. So, you know, you're pretty stoked about that, having your two big defensemen kind of back on the blue line, just absolutely shutting down Montreal. So I want to say, that first line, I think Trocheck gets a goal, Kreider a goal and an assist. That second line, give me Kane with his first Rangers goal, Panarin 2 assists there. Give me a goal for Laffy on the kid line as well.
What will that give him? 8 this year?
Yeah. And then give me a goal from Adam Fox. I believe I forget the stat, dude. But he's the only defenseman the only player this season, I think, with I think it was 60 block shots, 40 takeaways, and however many goals he has.
10 goals, but I feel like he hasn't scored in 2 months.
Right. But still, he's the only defenseman who's been playing kind of both sides of the puck like that.
Yeah. Carlson.
Right. Yeah, I guess so.
But probably not
better
as much
than
with
dude.
the block
yeah,
shots.
block shots. Come on.
Carlson better offensively, though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Give me a goal for Fox, too. Rangers win this one 6-1.
I mean, 6-1 would be a statement.
They need a statement, dude. This is gonna be
because I just say I'm a little tight. I'm not gonna lie, a little downtrodden.
A little tight, dude.
You know, all the big names that they brought in, it seemed like they were really on a hot streak. Tony with the camera over there.
Battery died.
And something that I'm interested to talk about here, but I do agree. I expect them to start hot, finish hot. You know, around that score, I could see it definitely happening. But I want 2 goals in the first period. Let's make a statement here. Let's get Patrick Kane too to score his first Ranger goal. All right. But that being said, Tony, I'm going to take the Hurricanes here. They're going up against the Flyers, and it actually reminded me of something that I actually completely would have forgotten about if I wasn't selecting the Hurricanes, who are at home. And I think Chokery was considering going to this game. I don't know if he's making it happen or not. He just said the other day he was thinking about it.
How is it not like just a snap call to go every time? Like,
I know it must depend on the work day, that type of thing. But so they've defeated the Flyers the 2 times they've played this year. 1 goal deficit though, 4-3, 6-5. You expect it to be more of a margin, and I think it will be this game. But I was actually having a discussion about Antti Ranta with Chokery, and he was kind of saying that he thinks you could watch a little more tape of the Hurricanes, that Ranta is not the answer, and that Kochkinov needs to be the goalie in the postseason.
Really? He wouldn't even start Anderson?
No, he wants Kochkinov, and he says that Ranta, despite I think he had a good streak going, but that he's just not the answer to get them to the promised land.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe, ESPN Power Play. I could get you my ESPN Plus password. Maybe at the movies you could, maybe just get some footage or watch the third period when you get home. Tony, is that too much to ask or no?
I don't think so, man. I'm gonna be really grinding. I've seen a lot of Ranta. I understand, Kochetkov. You look at him and again, him especially on the scene regular season. Yeah. I mean, I would take Kochetkov over Ranta. I really would, but I just think postseason sometimes, these youthful goalies, we were talking about yesterday, that the weight on their shoulders of the postseason. And I just feel like, a lot of these players go into the postseason who are young, who haven't seen it before. They don't realize like how much quicker almost everything seems, specifically when you're a goaltender too. And how like the crowd can really go against you and how that can feel, stuff like that. So that's really only the reason why I would question Kochetkov. Again, I mean, to have him behind Ranta, I think for a postseason would be solid. And I think, if Ranta were to get injured, Kochetkov being this backup, he could come out and be like kind of really rise to the occasion. But I think it might be a little safer to go with Ranta. And I mean, you can't really argue. I mean, I feel like his numbers are there. I mean, all the numbers are there. Even Frederick Anderson's numbers are good too. It's a pretty good problem to have, I think, in Carolina. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do some more research.
Yeah, wouldn't hurt you.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't hurt me.
Anyway, Ranta actually is 16-2-3, but
pretty solid numbers, dude.
Chokery has a close eye on his play, so sometimes you have to, look past.
Because I'd go to tonight's game if I was there.
You have to look past the numbers there. But anyway, Tony, I think clearly a decisive victory here tonight for the Hurricanes. So let's say 5-2 over the Flyers, and I'm gonna say I don't have no knowledge of this, but I'm gonna say Kochkinov comes up and has 40 saves.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he starting tonight?
I think so.
That's what you said you have no knowledge of.
I guess.
Where are we, dude? I hate when all the shit loads and everything. Okay, dude. All right, so I guess I'll go to my next pick here, as we are still questioning if Kochetkov is starting there for the Devils, Islanders, Canadiens, Hurricanes. Yep, likely Kochetkov against Carter Hart. Dude, that's close to a surefire win as you're going to get, I think. Looking at the slate tonight for me, for my second pick here, as I took the Rangers first. They take the underdog of the Kings in Colorado, but I'm gonna go with the Bruins here tonight. They're playing the Edmonton Oilers at home in the TD Garden. I actually took the Bruins the last time these two teams played. Bruins beat them 3-2. It was definitely, a little bit of a closer game than I wanted it to be, but I just think, it's basically the same storyline which I laid down the last time these two teams played. Bruins, obviously, their record, approaching 50 wins, single-digit losses in regulation and in overtime at this point. So, I mean, it's pretty crazy the run they're going on, and I just think that they're a more complete team. When you compare them to the Edmonton Oilers, I understand McDavid, who leads the lead in like goals, in points, in I think assists too. He's first in a lot of good categories in terms of offense. That's great. And he could have 2 goals tonight. He could have 2 goals. It's very possible he has 2 goals and assists. It's possible that some other players go off. I think it'll be kind of tough. Realistically, I don't think McDavid is the type of player against a team like the Bruins that could really just kind of take the game into his own hands because the Bruins are going to play good defense and anyone else too. So if they defend even just around McDavid and contain him a little bit, it's a surefire victory. Like I said, the Bruins beat the Oilers once already. So give me the Bruins here tonight. Keep it close, 4-2. The Bruins get an empty netter at the end here, and you continue to see why Edmonton is not going to go far in the playoffs.
College basketball or the Oilers?
What do I like better?
Yeah,
the Oilers.
All right,
come on, dude. I have more stake in the Oilers, dude. I actually was looking up some McDavid stats. I was in a little bit of a hockey hole last night, dude, on Hockey Reference.
Stat after stat.
Because I was watching the Red Wings.
Okay.
So naturally, I was looking up like Dylan Larkin stats and stuff like that. And honestly, his stats really aren't that great. But that's why I think, dude, you bring him to New York. He rises to the market of New York. He played for Michigan. I feel like, a very big hockey program with a lot of eyes. Plays for Detroit now. I mean, nothing's going on there. You put him in New York, that market, he'll rise to the occasion. He'll have a 45-goal season, dude.
Wait, you're talking about Larkin? Because you just said McDavid.
Oh, sorry, Larkin.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought you just said McDavid's numbers weren't that good.
No, the Larkin's numbers weren't that good.
No, you said McDavid.
Michael?
Do a timestamp right now.
I'm pretty sure.
And then you could have yourself.
Yeah. That's exactly what I need. I just need to have myself, dude. Okay.
But by the way, Oilers are beating the Bruins. And I know it's crazy. Nothing points to it. I'm just telling you, I can feel it. And this is an ESPN Plus hockey night. So maybe we'll get Bob Wischusen on the call for this one. Michael's favorite.
Would you like
Jets
that?
Play-by-play announcer. Last 20 years with Marty Lyons?
Yeah.
There we go.
Mike Rupp on the call, dude. How about that?
Mike Rupp. Is
Rupp.
he actually?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Anyway, I am gonna take the Sharks at the Blues.
Oh, so typical.
And listen, I know they just got embarrassed by Colorado. But I think this is the time. Carlson, I mean, has he been sitting on 19 for a month, Tony?
Must be.
So they their only win was against Winnipeg the other day. Other than that, they've lost 4 out of 5. The Blues have lost 4 out of 5 as well. Their only win over the Sharks. And the Blues have won both matchups this season. But I think this is the time Remmer finally has a good start. I'm going to say a shutout on the road here. Carlson, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4-0. Sharks over the Blues.
All right, dude. Try to pick a game maybe or a team that I'm not typical in terms of picking. I feel like Golden Knights Lightning are a game that I would typically stay away from. So I think I'm going to take this game here. I mean, I just feel like Lightning have been kind of on a slide here. Yeah, give me the underdog here, actually, in the Golden Knights in Tampa Bay. I understand. Again, I just feel like, the Devils just won. The Lightning just won and kind of broke their 4-game losing streak, I think. But, Alex Killorn had a 2-goal performance to beat the Flyers, was it? Yeah, they beat the Flyers 5-2. And before that, you're getting blown out by Carolina, shut out by Carolina, lost 5-3 to Buffalo, lost in overtime to Pittsburgh, lost handily to Florida. I just think here with the Vegas Golden Knights, I don't know, dude. I mean, I just feel like, Kucherov, who's up there in terms of a point leader, he's got 91 points in the season. That's great, but I think sometimes he's nowhere to be found. Point, same deal. Stamkos, unless he's on the power play, I feel like he hasn't been crazy effective. And we know Vasilevsky, I guess, really hasn't had, the season you kind of expect. I understand, he kind of picked it up, but ups and downs. I mean, all in all, his goals against on average is pretty light, 2.67. But save percentage, 916. And even for him, maybe it's another instance like with Shesterkin where he's under such a microscope because he's always so good that you really kind of exaggerate the times where he's bad. But nonetheless, I just feel like Logan Thompson at this point of this season, really good matchup, I feel. And I feel like there's not really necessarily, a goaltender who's like an out clear kind of winner here. As it looks like possibly Jonathan Quick, honestly, starting is in here. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So what do you think the score is going to be?
I guess I'll still go with the Knights. Give me the Knights here. I'm going to say a tight one. 4-3.
And it's funny. I feel like kind of 2 similar teams. You don't know what to expect. Talent's there, but very inconsistent play. this season, so I kind of find that appealing.
Yeah.
I am gonna take
Good game. It'll be a great game. Great game.
The
Stars.
Sabres
over
the Stars. It's just one of those things. I mean, the Stars, I'm guaranteeing it, Tony. Just like I guaranteed the Knicks are going to win a first-round series, the Stars will lose in the first round. You heard it here first, and the Sabres will dominate at home. They've lost 4 out of 5, so looking to kind of turn things around here. And the Sabres did win. They're only meeting back on the 23rd of January, 3-2. So I am going to say Tage Thompson, all 4 goals, Tony. The KeyBank Arena will be shaking by the time the 4th one goes down.
Wow.
4-0 Sabres, and Lukakunin with the shutout, his first of the season. Huge home win for the Sabres, who have been scuffling.
Wow. Have they been scuffling?
They lost 4 out of 5.
Oh.
That's not scuffling?
No, that's scuffling. All right.
And actually, I just said they had lost 4 out of 5, so you weren't paying attention.
No, I was thinking about Tage Thompson scoring
Michael?
4 goals.
Case in point. No, I'm saying that he wasn't paying attention. I don't know why Tony doesn't have any humor in this at all, but
he's not happy today.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Too much Connecticut talk, you think?
Too much steak.
Too much steak.
4th and final, you think, right now?
This is going to be 4th and final.
Wow, dude. I guess the Kraken Ottawa game seems pretty cool. I hate to go with the Kraken. Just give me the Kraken. Why not, dude?
Wow.
Last time these two teams faced, Seattle kind of handily beat them 8-4 here early January. But, you'll get both teams here. Seattle here on quite the win streak. I think they're on a 6-game win streak here. Ottawa was on a win streak, but just got absolutely shellacked the other night by Chicago. 6-0 got shut out. So I think, or 5-0, excuse me. I think maybe like a little bit of come back to reality for Ottawa there after they were beating teams like Detroit back-to-back. They beat the Rangers. Remember that? And they took care of business against Columbus. But then, kind of, like I said, coming back to reality here against against Chicago. I feel like Seattle, who's continuing to be hot, they have an overall better team. I just think maybe at this point, understand the records are somewhat similar, but I really do think Seattle has a lot more to lean on. I mean, I understand the Senators have Talbot in between the pipes, who is starting tonight. Oh, shit, dude. No, it's Mads Sogard, who's 4-1-1 on the season, 2.77 goals against, and a 902 save percentage. So, okay numbers, doesn't give a lot of goals, but obviously not a lot of experience here to take from. So just think, between him against Philip Grubauer, I feel like the Senators can kind of squeak one by here. Give me the Senators 2-1.
All right. I'm going to take the Avs at home against the Kings. The Kings won the only matchup this season back on December 29th, 5-4. Kings have won 4 in a row. The Avalanche have lost 3 out of 4. Did beat the Sharks 6-0 in their last game. And I think it's go time for the Avs, because we had a bad start, a hot kind of middle stretch here, and then a little taper off recently, allowing 7 goals apiece to the Devils and the Stars. So I think this is where they get it going, and I think they are a better team, despite their inconsistencies, a better team than the Kings. So I want to say, how about a guy I've never heard someone be talked about less that has 42 goals than Mikko Rantanen. An unbelievable year this year. So I'm going to say he's going to have 2 goals, and McKinnon will have 2 goals, and it's going to be 5-0. Avalanche over the Kings. Gorgie gets his 5th shutout.
Wow. 5th shutout.
Wow.
Michael.
So a lot of games. I feel like this is one of the most amount of games. There's got to be 12 games tonight, no?
Yeah, I guess they're trying to compete with the college basketball, huh?
Well, and the Players' Championship, no?
Right. No, of course, yes.
So we do have a change at top. Speaking of which.
What do we got?
So now we have a 3-way tie for first here. Min-Woo Lee, Colin Morikawa, and Chad Ramey.
Who's that guy?
Chad Ramey?
No idea.
We gotta.
Should we know him?
Gotta talk to the research department on that. all at 6 under par. Minwoo is through 16 holes. Morikawa is through 13, and Ramey's through 11. John Rahm, tied for 10th right now, -2, just completed the front 9 at 2 under par, and he's even through 3 holes on the back 9, which is technically the front 9 because he started on the back. And let's see, the only other thing I was going to check was Rory, who at last glance, Ricky Fowler, a little blow up here at +3.
Yikes.
Through 13th, tied for 60th. And how about Rory?
Ricky.
The wheels falling off, +4 through 12. I just want to see if this was a double bogey. What's your guess? Double bogey or back-to-back bogeys?
Back-to-back bogeys.
2 out of 3 bogeys. So
okay, that back-to-back,
but it wasn't the double bogey though. Yeah. So overall, too, he has a double and 3 bogeys. Nope, 1 birdie. So
Yikes,
Rory,
dude.
not the start he was looking for.
You can still pick it up, though.
Definitely can still pick it up. Hideki Matsuyama is +5 through 10.
Yikes.
Doug Heim +7 through 15. Oh, Matsuyama just picked up a birdie to go to +4. And a lot of, bigger names haven't teed off, like my pick, Jason Day. He's going to get off the tee at 12:23. So just inside an hour here. Shane Lowry, had the hole-in-one last year, 12:34 tee off. Kurt Kitayama, last week's winner, 12:45. Xander getting off at 12:45. And then we have Homa and JT at 12:56, as well as Jordan Spieth. So that should be a really good group to follow. And of course, tomorrow we will give you a leaderboard update. I'm excited to watch some of this tournament when I can today. And one thing that stands out to me, Tony, Colin Morikawa, it hasn't really been what we've thought he would be the last couple of years. This is an opportunity to get back in the winner's circle at a big event. He's one of only a couple golfers to win, the Open and the U.S. Open.
Right.
It's the Open and the PGA Championship before age 25. Him and Tiger, the only 2 golfers to do that. So, he's the guy that I've thought, could ascend to that next level. But the way John Rahm has been playing this year, too, how about this, Tony? So the Masters we talked about roughly a month away. John Rahm, if he were able to win this tournament, would set the record for the most money won in the season. And we haven't played a major yet.
That's crazy. If he comes in first.
Yes. But he still has the whole,
right.
He's going to double the record probably this year if he, it's amazing what he could do.
How much has he made so far?
I'm going to pull it up here. What's your guess? So I think it's 3 tournaments, plus he's been in the top 10, I think, in all the tournaments he's played.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know. I have really nothing to gauge on here. So far, I would say he has 3 wins, you say?
Yeah, 3 wins, and then the rest are all top 10s, besides last week.
Right, besides last week. Okay, so 3 wins. I don't know, man. Purse, million, some 8 million. Is that a lot?
All right, so let's see. Results.
Not too much?
9.9.
Ah, that's pretty close.
7 events, 7 cuts made, 6 top 10s. 7 events, $9.9 million. Are you kidding?
It's a pretty good paycheck so far.
John Rahm. Do you think he's having some strawberry shortcake?
It must be, just like Matthew, who is currently working out right now. Listen, you guys, does it get better? And then he says, come on, Tony. Be like the good humor man. Strawberry shortcake, delicious.
What a day. What a life.
It really is ridiculous.
So really, really appreciate everybody tuning in today. Been a week of these marathon, about 90-minute episodes. And today was a very wide variety of topics. So I'm sure all the SHU alum who have either seen this episode or are going to see it later are going to be excited about our plans to really, grow them into the next power university in the Northeast.
They're going to be playing this episode at the dining halls today.
No, this will get the president going. I'm telling you, motivation. That's what
President
we're looking for.
Patillo, we're calling you out, bud.
And last question on the way out here, Tony.
What do you got?
The leader, when I give the update tomorrow at the Players, will be
Keegan Bradley.
Oh,
easily, dude. He's going to shock the world. I'm telling you, dude. Little boy from Woodstock, Vermont, small town, had nothing going for him. Broke out big with the St. John's University in the PGA scene here. Big year. Big big tournament for him.
As the camera
Fuck,
goes,
dude.
Tony has had a tendency to do that this week.
I know, twice, dude. Twice.
Stop.com.
But I agree with Tony. You're going to see Woodstock, Vermont be put on the map, Brian.
Jason Day, Michael.
And he's going to be putting these guys to bed at night.
2018.
Where's Jason Day from?
He's from California.
Oh.
I'm going to say he's going to shoot a 66 today. So let's see how he does. But like I said, really appreciate everybody tuning in, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. Checking out the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee in costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. The spring collection is here. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the golf. Let's go Rangers, and we will see you mañana.
Let's go Friars.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.